welcome to another episode of Orbital News. I am your science communicator, Alex Girofanos, and today in space, let's review the recent SpaceX announcement of the first person to purchase a BFR orbital trip around the moon. We'll overview some key aspects of the mission, including a project called dearMoon. Let's begin. On September 17th, it was announced via live webcast at the SpaceX headquarters that the secretive first passenger was Japanese billionaire Yusaku Maezawa. Maezawa purchased the first flight around the moon aboard the Big Falcon rocket. To quote Maezawa, "I thought long and hard about how valuable it would be to become the first private passenger to go to the moon. At the same time, I thought about how I can give back to the world and how this can contribute to world peace. This is my lifelong dream." But Maezawa doesn't want to be the only passenger. To quote him, "I did not want to have such a fantastic experience by myself. That would be a little lonely. I don't like being lonely, so I want to share these experiences and things with as many people as possible. So that is why I choose to go to the moon with artists." Does that sound familiar?
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
It was a nice homage to one of the historic moments of the start of the space race. Although billionaires going into space doesn't have quite the same feel as a country reaching for the future in the midst of an arms race to the moon, I love that Maezawa chose to honor this new commercial human endeavor with that line. In this very inspirational reveal of Project dearMoon, Yusaku is inviting 6 to 8 artists that will join him aboard the 15-day mission around the moon to experience what only hundreds of other human beings have ever experienced. What could these artists share with the world that could inspire and excite people about space travel? Maezawa has decided to invest his wealth to share this experience with others. A gesture I believe is important culturally for the future of space travel. It's my opinion that we're pretty lucky to have people like Elon Musk and Yusaku Maezawa in this day and age to have these alternate paths to success for human spaceflight to continue. Now, if this sounds like a previous mission SpaceX had planned, you would be correct. In the webcast, Elon revealed that the 2-passenger Dragon capsule moon mission that would have launched aboard a Falcon Heavy rocket was originally purchased by Maezawa. It's interesting to see that the mission evolved from using the BFR, and for everyone involved, it makes much more of an impact. Obviously, the safety of such a mission is brought into question. The BFR has not taken its final form or even test launched yet. There will be plenty of developmental launches before humans launch. And the message was clear from both Elon and Maezawa that the mission is dangerous and not something to be taken lightly. SpaceX is aware that human loss on this mission could happen, and they must do everything they can to ensure human safety. A quick look at space history to the Challenger and Columbia space shuttle disaster shows what happens to confidence in human spaceflight when human loss occurs. I highly recommend checking out our Space Shuttle Talk episode with Jerry Goodson, an engineer and space shuttle vet that I had the pleasure to talk about all things shuttle with. Look for the episode Space Shuttle Talk with Jerry Goodson to learn more. But safety on human missions is not a new topic, and not one I find any evidence of SpaceX taking it lightly. I think it's more important to look at what SpaceX has been able to accomplish in its short time in the space industry. September 29, 2018 was the 10th anniversary of the Falcon 1 launch from Kwajalein Atoll. They were literally up against a financial wall. They only had money for one final launch and succeeded. They have revolutionized the way the space industry looks at launch vehicles by showing that reusable rockets and vehicles can be the norm and cut down on costs to allow more freedom and utility in space. There are many incredible technologies to be tested in time for the mission in 2023 or later if things are delayed. The BFR is planned for many uses, including bringing lunar tourists around the moon, as well as bring commercial passengers across the globe on a short orbital skip that would take fractions of the time a plane would. But it is also planned to help SpaceX to ferry settlers to the Moon and Mars. The ultimate mission statement of SpaceX includes being able to enable people to live on other planets. The BFR will be the next big step for SpaceX and human spaceflight in general. Although it's not the only spaceship capable of sending humans to the moon and beyond, it's certainly the most exciting, especially in the public eye, and has the incredibly innovative SpaceX team behind it. The dearMoon project has the feel of sci-fi dreams and makes me think about what's possible for the future. It's important for us to keep our expectations real and to make sure we stay realistic on what's possible, because space travel is difficult, especially human space travel. Our next episode will cover the latest Soyuz ballistic abort, which luckily brought astronaut Nick Hague and cosmonaut Alexei Ovchinin home safely, but is yet another reminder that human safety needs to be paramount. Engineering can save the day, but only if we engineer it that way. Tune in next week for the episode, and don't forget to subscribe to us on Apple Podcast and YouTube so you don't miss it, and so you can catch up on older episodes. I hope you enjoyed this Orbital News update, and I hope there's a bit of excitement building for the future of spaceflight. There's certainly a lot to cover from now until then, so make sure to stay tuned to the All Things Space podcast. As always, I'm your science communicator, Alex Girafanos, hoping that you spread love and spread science. Have a great week.